Have you ever wondered if there are rules, even in the chaos of war, designed to limit human suffering? It seems almost contradictory, but yes, there is a fundamental framework in place for exactly that purpose. International Humanitarian Law, often referred to as IHL, minimizes unnecessary harm in armed conflict by establishing clear, legally binding rules for the conduct of hostilities. It provides a crucial framework that distinguishes between those involved in fighting and those who are not, aiming to protect the latter. The core mechanism behind IHL's ability to limit harm lies in its foundational principles: distinction, proportionality, and precaution. The principle of distinction requires parties to a conflict to always differentiate between civilians and combatants, and between civilian objects and military objectives. Attacks may only be directed against combatants and military objectives. Proportionality mandates that even legitimate military targets cannot be attacked if the expected civilian casualties or damage to civilian objects would be excessive in relation to the concrete and direct military advantage anticipated. Finally, the principle of precaution demands that all feasible measures must be taken to avoid, or at least minimize, incidental harm to civilians and civilian objects. In practice, these principles mean that military operations must be planned and executed with constant care to spare the civilian population. This includes choosing weapons and methods of warfare that can be directed at specific military targets, avoiding indiscriminate attacks, and providing effective warnings before an attack that may affect civilians. It also means protecting medical facilities, schools, and cultural sites, and ensuring that prisoners of war and wounded combatants receive humane treatment. An interesting nuance within IHL is the concept of military necessity, which allows for measures indispensable for securing the enemy's submission. However, this is not an unlimited license to cause harm. Military necessity must always be balanced against humanitarian considerations, and it cannot justify actions that violate IHL. Another important element, found in the First Geneva Convention, is the Martens Clause, which states that even in cases not covered by specific treaty provisions, civilians and combatants remain under the protection and authority of the principles of the law of nations, derived from the usages established among civilized peoples, from the laws of humanity, and from the dictates of public conscience. Ultimately, IHL acts as a crucial legal safeguard, ensuring that even amidst the gravest circumstances, there is a commitment to upholding a basic level of humanity. It may not prevent conflicts from starting, but it works diligently to limit their destructive impact, striving to protect human dignity and reduce suffering wherever armed conflict occurs.